So, to summarize quickly, the traditional view of marketing strategy has been in terms of STP, which is by definition a single product slash brand slash model strategy that you can make for a company. So, to quickly summarize, the traditional view of marketing strategy has been in terms of STP, which is by definition a single product set of exercises, a single product slash brand slash model that occurs at the functional level of a multi-tiered corporation. I've already mentioned some of the points I'm going to make again, but just to reinforce these ideas again and again, what are some of the consequences of this traditional view of marketing strategy as just STP? The single product view of marketing strategy, that is STP, is fine except that it has led to the struggle I mentioned, the second struggle. It has severely restricted the role and influence of marketers higher up in an organization beyond the functional level. I made this point earlier, so I'll just move on. The strategy table occurs higher in an organization, typically in the C-suite, and marketers have traditionally not had a position in that suite. For example, CMOs are much less common than CFOs or COOs. In fact, I won't be surprised if many of you haven't even heard of a CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. They are not really a very common breed, or have not been a very common breed traditionally, although the picture is changing a little bit, as you will see in some of the readings later on in the course. But traditionally the picture has been that corporations have had CFOs, COOs, etc., but not CMOs, and that sort of is an indication of the status of marketing in an organization that has been historically the case. Think of a decision like entering a new market or exiting or getting out of an existing market. These are broad strategic decisions with wide scope, long-term implications, and deep impact, right? These are definitely strategic decisions, very heavily strategic decisions. Who are the typical influences of those decisions in a typical multi-tiered corporation? Historically, the fact is that these big decisions, strategic decisions, have been made largely by people from finance or engineering. That has been traditionally the case across the landscape of corporations. Marketers have not been traditionally part of those big decisions. This problem of excluding marketing or marketers from high-level strategic decision-making is probably less severe in companies with very focused, that is, not diverse product portfolios. So this is a caveat to what I've been talking about so far. All this time I've been saying that, well, marketing has not been elevated in an organization enough to be part of the strategic major decisions for the organization as a whole or its SBUs. But this situation is less severe for companies that have focused or homogeneous and not so diverse product portfolios. For example, Segway. Let's take a look at Segway. Again, I don't know how familiar you are with Segway. You can always spend some time going through their website. Segway has basically one type of product. There are variations of this product that you're seeing here on the website, but it has concentrated on basically one type of product, right? For a company like Segway, marketing is very tightly coupled at the functional level, that is at the product level, and at the corporation level. The marketing, I would guess, plays a lot more role at the corporate level in a company like Segway than it does probably in a company like IBM, for example. Or at least that has been traditionally the case. Another company with a very focused product portfolio has been Fago, which is I don't know if you know, it's a regional soda brand, and it basically has soda. That's the product that it has. It has different versions. Again, for companies like Faygo and Segway, this problem of marketing not being high enough in the organization, so far as strategic decisions are concerned, is less severe than for companies with a very diverse product portfolio. There, that is, in companies with focused product portfolios, marketing is probably closer to the C-suite decisions on strategy than for companies with more diverse product portfolio. With that caveat, let's move on. Again, to summarize quickly, in my view, what has happened is this second struggle of marketing has resulted from this narrow view of marketing strategy as just STP, right? I've mentioned that earlier. Let us attempt to fix this by broadening our conceptualization of marketing strategy. This is how I would look at it so far as this course is concerned. To me, or to us, marketing strategy refers to strategic decision making that significantly involves issues related to the customers. Okay? Decisions that significantly involve customers and are strategic in nature are marketing strategy, or are part of marketing strategy. So not just STP, beyond that. And although I mentioned customers, remember the definition of marketing, we can tailor it to fit all kinds of organizations. So you can replace customers with clients, patients, etc. So these issues related to customers may relate to them directly or indirectly. And so this is how I would define marketing strategy for this course. The more directly related these decisions are to the customers or the primary stakeholder group for your organization, the more closely related they are to marketing, and hence marketers should play a bigger role in such decisions. Now, what I'm going with this is that we need to be very cautious about how broad we make this definition or view of marketing strategy. For instance, I think people would call us crazy if we say that outsourcing is a marketing strategic decision. Well, if you think about it, our outsourcing may have a lot to do with your customers. You may need to incorporate customer-based inputs into that decision, but I don't think we are there yet as a world where we would accept outsourcing as primarily a marketing strategic decision. Most people would still see it as a financial / manufacturing decision. We wouldn't go that far, but I would like to leave this possibility open that even a decision like outsourcing might well be thought of in terms of marketing strategy, depending on how much you integrate customer-based thinking. So if an organization looks at its decision primarily from the lens or through the lens of customers, then we might say, hey, a large part of this decision is related to marketing, right? However, at least an important portion of that strategic decision can or should be influenced by marketing or marketers. So whether or not we call outsourcing a marketing strategic decision, I think there is an ample scope for including marketers as part of that decision-making process. At least we can get to that point. One of the most important implications of this broad conceptualization of marketing strategy is marketing strategy is not restricted to the bottom rungs or bottom levels of an organization and can occur anywhere in it. We are able to elevate marketing strategy with this broad conceptualization of it in the organization. So it goes beyond the functional level to the SBU level, and especially in the C-suite. Thus, marketing strategy is no longer a functional level thing and can certainly occur at the SBU or corporate levels. That is a big change in conceptualization that I'm suggesting, at least for the part of this course. Beyond this course, if one or more of you would buy it, I would be very happy, but at least for the purpose of this course, I hope you can develop an understanding that marketing strategy is not just STP, it's this broader conceptualization. Let's continue with this broader view of marketing strategy. This is why my favorite way of thinking about this course is by personally renaming it as strategic decisions related to marketing. If I had the power to do so, I would rename this course as simply this: Strategic Decisions Related to Marketing. That's what you would be exposed to throughout the course. Seen this way, strategic decisions anywhere in an organization are within the realms of marketing strategy or strategic marketing, if you think that's a safer terminology. So if you don't like the terms marketing strategy, you can think in terms of strategic marketing. I think it's safer to think about it that way. So where can strategic marketing occur in an organization? Anywhere, at the functional level, SBU level, or corporate level. Note that I do consider STP to be marketing strategy, but to me, marketing strategy goes way beyond STP, and that's how we're going to treat it in this course. Just a repetition of something I've mentioned earlier. However, the picture with these two struggles is changing since I began teaching this course several years back. In fact, the last few times that I've taught this course in a classroom, in a physical classroom, the students' responses to what they think of marketing strategy or marketing are much closer to the B view and the broader view of marketing strategy that I've presented. Now, this was not the case when I began teaching this course many years back. So something tells me the picture is changing, and we seem to have made some progress toward the B view and the broader view of marketing strategy beyond the STP. You will see some evidence of this in some of the readings you would do over the next few weeks.